I'm Rhonda Stone, and I'm going to talk to you today about grief and a pathway through. What is grief anyway? Well, grief is a deep sorrow or mourning for something that's important to you. Maybe it's a loved one that you lost. Maybe it's a favorite pet. Perhaps it's you had to change schools or you lost your home. Grief can be anything that you lost that is important to you. And we'll look at a few of those things in just a minute.
These things are tough, I know, because our family had to deal with all these in the past year. We lost our grandfather. Our dog died. My kids had to change schools. They had to move several times. And then they found out that their home that they grew up in had burned down during the campfires in Paradise.
There are 4 stages of grief that we're going to discuss today. The first stage is pretending. That's when you like to pretend that nothing's wrong. You might feel kind of numb during this stage even, like it doesn't seem real.
During this stage, denial can take place. Denial that things are changing. Denial about how much you are impacted by those changes, and denial about what you're feeling. This pretending helps us survive the initial blow of loss, but can become a problem if we get stuck in it. The next stage is protest, when the loss is becoming real, and we want to fight against it, bargaining for a better deal, to change things back to the way they were before. When we can't, we may feel anger at ourselves, anger at loved ones, or even anger at God. Pain is the hardest stage because we are starting to realize that the loss is permanent. We may feel sad, scared, lonely, and depressed. We may hurt so much that we want to go back to pretending or protest. These are normal feelings, and if expressed in a supportive environment, will lead to healing. After a time of healthy grieving, we begin to accept the changes in our life. We begin moving on with the task of living. It's not that we're happy about our loss, but we have hope, and we are at peace with it. We have begun letting go of what was and embracing what is. The first step is staying present in the moment. If we add yesterday's regrets and tomorrow's worry to today, we'll feel overwhelmed. Jesus said, "Don't worry about tomorrow. Every day has enough trouble of its own." Just like the man in the wilderness, God gives us enough grace for just one day at a time. The second step is connecting with people. There can be a tendency to isolate during a loss, and we need other people even more during this time. Jesus told us to share each other's burdens. A grief shared is a grief lightened. The third step is passion, getting involved in something you feel strongly about, something that can help make the world be a better place, or add beauty to the lives of others. This might be art or music. It might be righting a wrong, or helping others who are in need. A purpose outside ourselves can help give meaning to our pain. The fourth step is play. Grief is hard work, and we need breaks to catch our breath and recharge for the work ahead. Physical play is the best because it helps our bodies and minds heal from the stress of loss. Exercise out of doors is the best of all. The fifth step is prayer. God has given us many promises in His Word. We can claim these for ourselves in prayer. Jesus said, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." And Peter reminds us to cast all our cares upon Him, because He cares about us. The final step is praise, being thankful for your blessings. I know that's hard while you're grieving. You might start with a gratitude list and add to it each day. Paul writes, "By prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." We finally reach the stage of peace. Jesus promised, "Peace I leave you, my peace I give unto you. I do not give as the world gives. Do not let your heart be troubled, and do not be afraid."